The topic of today is basically 5 lessons I learned from watching the Senzo Murder Case. These are the lessons I learned from Kelly Khumalo, and I wrote them all down because she was dropping a lot of gems and I kind of enjoyed it. Basically, this is the story of Senzo Murder, how he passed away. I'm not really going to be talking about who killed Senzo Murder or what happened. You can go watch it and see for yourself, because it's not a clear cut solution that this person did it. There's a lot of theories, a lot of stories behind it, but I'm not going to be talking about that. I'm just going to be talking about the lessons I learned from Kelly Khumalo in terms of how she is as a person. And I was just learning a lot from her. I was learning a lot from her as a person and what she has achieved in life. And I was looking at it and I'm like, wow, this woman is very interesting. And I wanted to do a review on her ways of doing things, on her mindset. Yes, on her mindset, on how she views life. So the first one is her transparency. Her transparency is very, very, very incredible. I mean, at the beginning of the show, the first episode is she talks about she thrives on telling the truth, on expressing herself fully, and she believes that if you can express yourself fully and be transparent and be seen by everybody, then and be true to yourself and the people around you, then no one can use that to hurt you. Basically, she thrives on being who she is, and she understands who she is, and she has nothing to hide. She puts it out there, and you can judge it, you can like it, or you can dislike it. I mean, that mentality, that mindset is powerful, because we live in a world where we are trying to hide things. We're trying to be seen a certain way by people. We want people to see us in a certain way. Or I have this secret, I don't want people to see me this way, I don't want people to see me that way. But she dismantles all of that. She's like, I want to be seen this way. It's either you like me or you don't like me. I think that's very, very powerful, especially living in a world where everybody thrives in secrecy. Everybody wants to have secrets and wants to appear in a certain way. You look at social media, for example, people want to be seen in a good light. They want to be seen as portrayed as, oh, I have money, oh, I have social status, oh, I'm this person out there, people should see me this way. But she just disqualifies all of that, and she says, you're gonna see me for who I am, and I'm gonna show you who I am, and I don't care how you see me, as long as I'm true to myself. I thought that was very, very powerful for me. The second one is knowing who you are and where you are going and where you are coming from. I mean, you can even see it in the show about knowing who you are, where you're going, and where you're coming from. There's even scenes where she goes back into where she grew up, in mud houses and in the villages, in the rural areas. You can see her, just being there and just showing where she came from. And she's like, I believe that you have to know where you are coming from in order to know where you are going. And that spoke to me, because I see her as someone who's very woke, who understands who she is, who understands what she wants in life and where she's going. And a lot of us, I think, we fail in life because we want to cut ties with where we're coming from. We want to cut ties with who we are. But she's like, I want to know myself, and in order for me to know myself, I need to know where I'm coming from in order to know where I'm going. I thought that was very, very powerful of her. And as me watching her, I'm like, this woman is dropping so many gems here, is dropping so many bombs. And I'm not going to get caught up on what the story is about, but her mindset and what she's doing and what she has done and what she has accomplished. And the third one is not forgetting your roots. I kind of touched on this, but basically she even shows herself going into a traditional healer, a sangoma. Some people might be ashamed of that, but she goes and portrays herself as someone who believes in the ancestors, who believes in God, and she even shows her traditional healers and all those things and her sangomas. And I wouldn't want to show that, if I'm being honest. I wouldn't want to show that on national television. I wouldn't want to show that anyway. But she shows it. She wears that. And you can judge her if you want to and be like, oh, this woman is tagata, or is lawyering or whatever, or she's cursing people. But she doesn't really care, because she knows who she is, and she understands that she's an African woman, and being part of being African, which means that you have to believe in those, and the ancestors. You have to believe in God. You have to believe in traditional medicine, and all of those things that come along with that. And she understands that, and she even says it in the video there, in one of the series, in one of the episodes. She says it. She says, "I thrive in my culture." That was powerful for me. I thrive in my culture. I really connected with her. I don't know how, but even though she's portrayed as this person who was a bad person, or who killed Senzo Murder, or whatever the case might be, but for me, I just I could see who she was, and I could feel her presence even as I'm watching the show. I don't really understand how, but I could relate to her, and I could understand and be like, wow, I could see there was no facade in my eyes. I don't know, maybe I'm misjudging the situation, but I really enjoyed just watching her mentality, her mindset towards life, and I thought I respected that. And also, the fourth one, I would say, going for what you want. I mean, for her, she has always gone for what she wanted. I mean, she has previous relationships with so many people. Not many people, but the celebrities that we know. But I mean, there's even a situation where she told Senzo Murder that, I'm not the kind of woman you sleep with and leave. And for her to do that, she's like, yeah, you're not gonna sleep with me and leave. And she was like, yeah, this is the man that I want, and I'm gonna go for him. And she camped outside his house. That's the story. So it's like, she knows what she wants, and she knows where she's going in life, and she's gonna go for it. And I see that in myself, and sometimes I get scared of going for the things that I really, really want. And I'm like, why should I go for it? What are people gonna think? But with her, she's like, this is what I want. I don't care what everybody thinks about me, as long as I'm pursuing what I want in life. And I think that's a very, very powerful mindset. And you can get what you want. You can get what you want if you focus on it. And I saw that in her. And the last one, the fifth one, is just being a strong person. She's a very strong person. She's a hopeless romantic. I mean, you look at her previous relationships, she's always looking for love. She's always seeking love. Even though it never ends well, there's always a story behind it. There's always some shenanigans, but she's always seeking love, and she's like a hopeless romantic, always looking for that ideal love. And the one you see in Disney movies and Disney fairy tales, and she believes in that, and that's what she wants for herself, and she continues to go for it, and she doesn't care what everybody thinks about her. And I thought that was very, very powerful about Kelly Khumalo. And just to end it on this note, that for me, as I'm looking at the story, I don't think that Kelly Khumalo really had anything to do with the murder of Senzo Murder, because it happened at her mother's place. She wouldn't bring people to her mother's place where there's her mother, her sister, and on top of that, her children and herself. She wouldn't put herself in that kind of danger. I know that she's not dumb, she's a smart person. She wouldn't do something like that. So even though maybe there's something deeper there, but I don't think she's the one who did it, in my opinion. But yeah, aside from that, I don't even know this woman, but I was just amazed by the way she viewed life and the way she views life, and I was impressed by it. She's an African woman who believes in herself and who has never lost her true self and her true identity. She knows where she's coming from, and also she knows where she's going. Thank you for watching Unplugged Mindset, and please subscribe. Peace.